Uh, Opening prayer. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations, may they experience happiness, be separate from suffering and safely. I raise to reach the still one surpass, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially to me. Obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles in my path to liberation and nations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering and safely. I will establish them in the still one surpass, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Dalla Dhamma Zebe Dan Ubar Zebe Ge Torba Dan Dam Je Jebe Barde Jubar Zeba Dam Je Zo Zebe Mananga Dan Yambe Zenje Dan Je Dewa Dan Den Dungara Dan Dar Yurda Lana Me Bayanda Bar Zobe Zanjurum Boje Do Barza. Thus, unto achieving enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Unto death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. And right in the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas embrace the enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhicitta, and apply myself to accomplish the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge unto enlightenment reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in calamity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions, those who have already reaching the Tathangata state, those who are reaching it at present, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samantabhara's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind, are posted to them, multiply in my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas, thus all space filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas I make offerings of arrows, pure flowers, flowing garlands of music, honoring oils, manifesting light and fragrant incense. I make offering to them of fine garments and perfume and purple, poured high as moon meadow and orange the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with the great faith to all Buddhas. I posted to the Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samantabhara. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of the Guru Bodhisattva and the Pacceka Buddhas, those who have attained Arahant, those who have entered the path of Arahant and all other beings. I request to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma as the light, dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions and leading them gradually to enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending purpose to imprint nirvana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the mirror, the spring mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. As the Buddha fair over it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness as the Buddha fares. To the Lama who possesses the Tirikayas, I offer the altar in all sacred offerings with my body, word, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rinna Mandala Banda Manga Samanda Savaran Samaya Ahom. I equal refuge, ornament of the world, your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the way toward Yadara with our adored, our boy, the fate of Father and Jitin Songong. Continually, I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of the mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the true vehicles and the combination according to this position, likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason he holds the wisdom text, at his heart he has a compassion for all beings who suffering from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he wakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60th branch of Haramana speech. He wears the wisdom silver to cut settling of suffering and to dispel darkness of confusion. And the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge, are supplicated human Jayashri, adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazana de 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 Om Om Arabazana de Om Wangeshoram 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 Om Om Wange Joram, 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 Om Dor. You who are the perfect youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel darkness of order and ignorance, are posted before you and praised to Manjashiri. Yung ke len chang wai bo yi xie zhong me rab de bar jie dian de mo men zar wan yang bar yang la zang zer du tang ge du jie xia jie rui zhen zhong yin jie me de de jie bong jiang ba Sırca limbo tavara cibe ge şace cerbe şabla gözanzır Dorje cence de lo narota marba la cece Sorry. Marba malai cece gambo bay Bamo bay jarwa indi gombe Kaju lama nam lai zorwan de rome yuje yenge bobdane tuzom sanje genje ngo nye ransem je gen ngozon don zebe save lame jala gezanza. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So today I'm going to share with you Shamata meditation. We also practice together Shamata. And I'm thinking about we can do today Shamata, tomorrow Vipassana, but that too fast, too much, I think. So we can do 2 days Shamata in today and tomorrow, and then next after Kenshin Robochi is coming to Ohio, so he's going to teach next week. So then following week I can share Vipassana. So I will be in the and Sharavasti. Hopefully everything, internet connections goes well. And then following week, so I can share Vipassana. Today and tomorrow, I think we only focus for Shamata. So Shamata meditation teaching, I think we can do followed by the stage of meditation, the book for the Shamata guide or to meditate. Follow the instruction is better. When I share the teaching, we practice. Then after, if we don't follow by the instructions, we forget again. So that's why we need the book follow, instruction. And that's I think good is we can do use followed by the stage of meditation Shamata guide. That's okay, everyone. Okay, then do you have that instruction book or not? Or I can share in the screen if you don't have.
We put it in the chat, Kempo, but it would be good if you shared in the screen also, I think.
Can you see?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, so we followed in this guide called Stage of Meditation, Awakening the Mind. That's the book title. And then go to, it's called this chapter 5. The reason is stage of meditation. First chapter is 4 thoughts. Second chapter is love. Third chapter is compassion. Fourth is the bodhicitta. Then number 5 is shamatha. So that's one, chapter 5. So this stage meditation book is followed by two truth, relative truth and absolute truth. So we can say also relative truth bodhicitta and absolute truth bodhicitta. The first 4 chapters core is relative truth bodhicitta, and then starting this chapter 5 is called absolute truth bodhicitta. So now is a shamatha meditation is starting actually absolute truth. Is looking to actually practicing and investigating our own mind. So then this shamatha meditation, we have to follow how to meditate on shamatha. Then we have to know how to meditate this shamatha. How to meditate shamatha is called Komo Abiding meditation. That's the English. So shamatha is a Sanskrit name. Calm mind is very calm, mind be very stable, abiding. So that's called shamatha meditation. Then this automic bodhicitta. See, automic means like absolute truth bodhicitta. So bodhicitta I mentioned about the two relativity and absolute truth. The shamatha is starting into absolute truth bodhicitta. So this beyond all constructs, total clarity, accessible only with automic truth. So we have to, go to beyond all constructs, beyond our, like these conceptual thoughts. And then total clarity, mind have to go into clarity. So that accessible only with automic truth, that is only accessible accessible like beyond construct, and the total clarity is absolute truth. So that if we want to go into that state, then we have to use this automic truth, shamatha and vipassana, undefined. So automic bodhicitta, to accomplish realization of automic bodhicitta, we need to meditate. So and gain familiarity with the shamatha and the vipassana. So shamatha we have to, we have to use to again. That's why we meditate and gain familiarity. We have to use to this meditation, shamatha and vipassana. So all samadhi practice are stable state of meditative concentration. So many different kind of teachings practice. So this shamatha practice helps our busy minds become relaxed and calm and stable. So that's why stable state of meditative concentration. How are we going to practice shamatha? So this instruction is not only just one day meditators. This instruction is followed by actually, people who wanted to go to 1 week or 3 months or something longer period of time retreat. Then they have to use this instruction. So a place conducive to practice, like place have to find the correct place to meditate. Have few desires. We need this, desire, this positive desire we need. Without this environment, then very hard to maintain our own meditation practice. That's the reason not to overwhelm with work and activities. So you're going to practice shamatha meditation like couple weeks, months, years, then we have to go to the solitary place, not a busy place. So very busy place, then due to this overwhelmed with work and activities, hard to connect with the mind, shamatha meditation practice. So that's why we have to avoid this kind of the place. Then how to practice shamatha? So this place, like we talked about the 5 quality we need, place imbued with the 5 qualities. Optimal location, good location. So the place is like not create like obstacle mind body. So that's why we need optimal location and a good location, good companions. The place is a good location. And then also people who come with you, so practice together, that person also need good companions. Then when you're going to meditate shamatha, not too many people around during the daytime. If there's many people around with you and they're distracting, that's why not too many people during the meditation. Not a lot of noisy during the nighttime. So nighttime, some area has a lot of noisy, and also some areas like energy, like due to the spirits. And the nighttime is like just the people feeling is like lots of noisy going on. Even you don't really seeing, but feeling, you feel lots of nausea and feel not comfortable. So then that kind of location also not good to practice shamatha. How to practice shamatha then? We have to give rise to highest motivation or sentient beings enlightenment imbued with the compassion for suffering. So that's we create a good intention. When we're going to practice shamatha, need a good intention we have to create. The intention is I'm going to meditate, practice shamatha. I want to reach enlightenment and want to help benefit for many other beings. So that's the highest motivation. All sentient beings enlightenment imbue mind with the compassion for suffering. So practice shamatha with this compassion motivation is very important. Without this good intention, motivation, compassion for others, then shamatha helps you mind become really relaxed, but still you don't really receive spiritual, power energy. Also, you don't really feel is purifying karma, and still your feeling is like heavy. So that's the reason, we have to try, and every meditation beginning, cultivate, bodhicitta, and, our minds see imbue mind with the compassion for suffering. So then that's the important number one. Then after that, the offering postation with the 5 branches. So that's the 5 branches. In this morning, opening prayer, we follow by these instructions. So we have the cultivating bodhicitta, and so create like 4 measurable prayer and practice. We do that, and then go into the 7 branch prayers. So here is like 5 branches, but sometimes we talk 7 branches, sometimes 5 branches. So if it's followed by 5 branches here, then first is like offering postation with 5 branches. So offering is make offerings. Offering also mentally we have to create all your you're going to meditate the shamatha, your place, we call shrine room, like your special object in the room. In that place you have like flowers, and follow, if you have the 7 bowl, followed by one by one, like put this different offerings in each bowl, and followed by that instruction, and then you do the postation. So postation has like 5 pound, head, 2 arms, 2 legs, like 2 knees have touched to the ground, and then mentally, offering also you can do too. If you don't have physical offerings, like you can mentally offerings, then confess negative action. So when we're going to meditate, like we think about my negative karma, others beings negative karma, I want to confess to all enlightened beings. So we have to recognize that the negative karma is causes of suffering. So we are suffering due to our own negative karma. Other beings are suffering due to their negative karma. So that's why we meditate is confess a negative action is, like we want to purify our negative karma, and the same thing, like my negative karma, I want to purify other negative karma. So that's we have to use good intention with the confession. Then rejoice in the merit of all beings. So rejoice the good positively create, like someone create good things, we have rejoiced that. Then after that you sit down, you're going to meditate, like this is called body tanning postures. So very important body tanning is 7-point posture Vairocana. First one is a cross legs. So cross leg is many people harder to do this. So if you can't do that, and you can give up this. The cross leg is you can change it to sitting in the chair. So then cross leg sometimes like people not used to, and really pain for your thighs, your knees everywhere. If you get that problem, then very hard to focus with your meditation. So that's why if you used to cross leg is great. If not used to, very hard to do that. Your body not possible to going to do that. Then sit in the chair. If your body can do, if the problems are not used to, then you try to create used to is really good. Long as you used to, everything's possible. So that's why your body physically not that problem, but problems you are not used to cross leg, then create you're used to cross leg is when you meditate cross leg, much ever you can sit, and then you get pain, and then change the legs or change the sit in the chair. So that become creates longer, then you can stay like 1 hour, 2 hours cross leg is without pain. And the second is hands on the lap or knees. So your hand put into the knees or in your lap. That's either is correct. So straight back. This is the most important. If you sit in the chair, the most important is we have to stay in the straight your back along your spine. Then shoulders are separate and pulled back. So shoulder cannot touch to your arms or touch to your body. Like you have to make space with your arm and your body. So that helps you open your heart. And then chain lowered means like chain is lowered, not too low far away, chain lowered. Tap of tongue on plate. So that's hardest for the number 6, many people. So when you meditate, your tongue put up behind the teeth, upper behind the teeth. So touch there and don't put it too hard. Just relax. And then you can feel like also breathe, also moving from mouth. And you meditate longer, Shamata. Your breath is not really inhale, exhale. Just move from mouth into heart between. So that's why mouth is not 100% closed. And very softly open mouth, tongue touch behind the teeth, and then breathe. Follow that from your mouth to heart between. So that also helps your mouth is not going to dry because your tongue is touch behind the teeth. Then eye gaze downwards. So eye gaze downwards is dependent individual. Some need to look far away because when you get foggy, sleepy mind, your eye have to look far away, and you get really overwhelming. Your mind's too busy and too much thoughts. Then eye gets downwards. So if you don't have these two problems, just eye look, not too far, not too close, and just 1 feet front of you, or 1 feet, I think it's 2 feet something, front of you is good. That's the 7 point of Vairocana, so meditation. This picture is not in that 100% correct, it's okay. Then how to practice Shamata. So that's all is a preparation section when you're going to meditate Shamata. Shamata is called Shane. Sh is peaceful. Ne means abiding. So that's Shane is a Tibetan name. They have 3 languages, Shamata, Sanskrit. Shane is Tibetan. Peaceful abiding is English. So mine is Sh means peaceful. When you meditate Shamata, your mind is become very peaceful. Sure. Then Ne is your mind is become abiding means not busy network. Your mind is be with you. Abiding, relax, stable, no shaking, and then your mind is very peaceful. So that's this Shamatha meditation benefit. Not convoluted by busy network of thoughts and concepts. When we meditate Shamatha, so we convoluted by busy network of thoughts. Mind is not convoluted by busy network of thoughts and concepts. So generally, our mind is convoluted by busy, too much thought, too much network, and all the time our mind is followed by concepts. So that's why Shamatha meditation stop all this busy network thoughts and concepts. Meditation with the reference point are focal object. Meditation beyond reference point. So Shamatha in here, 2 categories we're going to do. First is called reference point, a focal object. So we use something support. So this is called meditation with the reference point, focal object. And then second is a meditation beyond reference point. Beyond reference point is very similar to Vipassana meditation. So this second meditation beyond reference point is actually bridge to Shamatha and Vipassana. So this Shamatha have 2 trips, but more is we focus this number 1, meditation with the reference point or focal objects. Then how to practice Shamatha? Meditation with the focal object. Meditation with the focal object. This the first one has two categories. There's a meditation with a visual object, meditation with without a visual object. So first one has with a visual object, meditation without a visual object. So meditation with a visual object, using something object outside, and with mind resting with that object is called visual object. Your eye can contact that object. Meditation without a visual object, I cannot use object, but still you have focal object. It's focus with the breath. So that's why these 2 categories coming. Then this first one, we're going to share this first one. Some object not too light colored. So when you use object, get object, then we have to use object is not too big. Big is also sometimes not really good to mind resting object. Then object is not too colorful. The object is cannot be white color. So that's why white color is not good for eye. And then gets penetratingly at object. Mind just resting with the object, gets the object penetratingly at the object. Rest your mind as long as you can in that every vivid clarity, emptiness. Your mind rests with the object, then your minds become resting. The object is a support. You are resting with your mind is object. And then you rest your mind with the object. Your object really helps the mind is be that object. Same time, you recognize your mind is very vivid and the clarity and the emptiness, but still we're using the object. So this, the object helps your mind is stable. I mean, the support to be and not follow the thoughts. And then your mind is resting with the object. Same time you see your mind's vivid clarity, also emptiness. So then, who know the how to meditate, the Vipassana Mahamudra meditation, then the God, let go the object, then just go into like vivid clarity, emptiness, be in that state. But in this is a shamatha. So this word is, mind is a very vivid clarity, emptiness. As a word is like Vipassana as a word, the instruction Vipassana. But when you meditate the shamatha, you recognize this mind is, like your mind is clear with emptiness. And then when you meditate the shamatha, if thoughts arise, what do you have to do? Instinctively recognize the thought. So you have to recognize your thoughts. If we don't recognize thoughts, then your mind is followed by thoughts. So your mind is not resting with the object. Immediately cut through the thoughts. So when you recognize, cut the thoughts and go back to object or focus. Meditation with visual objects. So same is let your mind be in its natural states. Natural states is like your resting focus with object, then your mind resting, also you'll go into natural states. This one is like instruction is a shamatha with also vipassana mahamudra, or this words is coming together. So that's why vipassana, the mahamudra meditator focus object, and then slowly they go into vipassana and going into the vipassana or going into mahamudra meditation. So that's why when you meditate, the first step is shamatha meditation. Without shamatha, very hard to go into vipassana and mahamudra meditation. So that's why let your mind be in it means like when you rest in mind with the object, then natural states. In that natural states, without convoluted thoughts, no any thoughts, such as the focal object is taken inside by my mind. So then you cannot convoluted thoughts like such like thinking about, okay, this focal object is the same as my mind, taken inside by my mind. Or this object is my mind, or my mind is taken outside. Mind projected object, this object. So if you have the cultivating, then that is called convoluted thoughts. So that's why no using any this cultivating, because shamatha means you have to rest in mind. Then mind and the focal object are one or separate, and so forth. No using any intellectual cultivating, just mind resting with the object. Then meditation with the focal object is meditation with the visual object. Meditation without a visual object, we have two. So focal object, but not a changeable visual objects without a focal object. With the focus on the breath, without a focus on the breath. Shamatha, so keep one's intention on the breath. So no Okay, so I have to off this one here. We have this first section with visual object. The visual object is very important for many, especially for beginner meditators, even not our beginner meditators. So when we're going to meditate Mahamudra, without this visual object, it's very hard to stop thoughts. So that's why always you're going to one step focus with the object. If you used to that, focus with the object, then your mind resting that, focus with the object, and then your mind become very peaceful, stable, and then you feel your mind like vivid, clarity, and empty, and then you look to in that means you seeing your mind is actually naturally going to the vipassana meditation, naturally going to Mahamudra. So we don't have to change, like same as when you drive the car, you have changed the gate, right? Shift like that way. You don't have to change. It's long as you meditate, this become used to, is naturally changed. Your mind naturally goes change. If you try to change, then that is you put effort. Like it's in this state you have to go effortlessly. Put effort is sometimes is not that correct, but not always. That's why in this Shamata meditations instruction is sometimes very hard because many diversity people, right? It's like right now we have many people here, and every people also kind of slightly need a different, instruction because due to individual level. So one instruction doesn't work for everyone. In this sharing is generally, but some people need to put effort, like you have to shift, change sometimes. But generally, I think is we don't have to put effort to change. When you meditate, mind resting with object, and then your mind is very clear, then you see the object is become, there, but your mind is not really, fixation, holding that object. So then you look, all the objects become like whatever you're seeing is a kind of like meditation object. So then that time, then you look into your mind. Your mind is very empty. Clarity, mind's emptiness. That time, then you look to the object. The object, not really picking up one, your strongly fixation, like kind of like your mind picking up that specific object. You see many objects, but all this object is like just there, but your mind not picking up any specific object. So you see all this object is there, but not distracting your mind, and all objects become oneness. So you feel that. That means then we really know all the form is emptiness. All the form is emptiness. Actually, we use lots investigating logic, approving emptiness, but that intellectual investigating approve the emptiness is that helps us because the certainty everything is emptiness, but still our mind is fixation to the object and followed by the object. So we our this attachment is like when you see the object, attachments arise there, and the fixation is arise. So still like all this how to say this like samsaric concepts is there, even we know the intellectual emptiness. Samsaric, the concepts, everything is the same, nothing change. We know the intellectually knowing emptiness. But when you meditate, even this shamatha first step, focus mind resting with the object. So you stay that as much as you can. Then the object also you're resting, but not really fixation, picking up, not the same when your mind resting, starting, beginning, and stay like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, focus object. The object is there, but your mind not really, picking up that object. Then you see many different objects, but not mind picking up any specific object. These all objects become there, but not distracting. Do you understand? So that's when we meditate, starting meditate, everything is a distraction. Even people talk really distracting. You see different object really distracting. So mind is like the follow this, very fast to follow this each distraction. And then you also feel like unhappy, like kind of like, when you meditate, people making you distractions and seeing different objects, harder to resting. So use like, that's why we need like very strong focus on one object first, mind resting. And you resting, put harder effort. Then your mind becomes more relaxed. Then focus object, same is like before when you first, starting meditation focus. Like the first, when you meditate starting, we have to put really effort mind, focus very strong. But then your focus object, but the minds become more relaxed. Object is there, but that helps your minds be there, but not like really strongly you effortly have to focus. And then you resting that, your minds become very empty, clear, and then you look to the objects, resting object, or many different objects. Even you see colorful object, they're not distracting. Become whatever you see, even people walking and animals going around, they're not distraction. So that means then your mind is become more stable in the peaceful abiding. Okay, so we have to achievement every meditation in that level. So when you meditate shamatha, until you get that feeling, don't give up. Otherwise, you don't really want to meditate. So when you see the objects, then like mind, no fixation any object. All these objects are not distracting. Even people talking, they're not really distracting. So that means like your mind is become stable and relaxed. And then that really helps you go back to like the your worldly activity. The people the whatever talk, and you have this different dealing with different situations, then not take you to like stress out and like get like overwhelming you. So you doing everything become like more peacefully, and less like put effortly. You can I think done the jobs like the shamatha meditation benefit. Then you really understanding like worldly activity also really change, big change, transformed. So that's why we need the first step is always focus with object. That's why object is the same as a pillar. And our mind is the same as a monkey, creates a monkey. And the mind for awareness is the same as a rope. So rope have to tie to monkey the pillar. Pillar, then you have an object, monkey tied the pillar. Same, mind focus with the object is very important. So object, then also already mentioned, like no colorful, no too light, and no moving. Candle also no good too. Fire also no good too. It's a short moment, it's okay. Sometimes people has like no happy feeling, and you rest in mind like little bit in the fire flames, like candle or butter lamp, or the fire, and that helps because the light helps your mind some ways, like you're create peaceful, but that not going to stable your meditation. So that's why object we must have to have a stable, no moving, no shaking. And if you stay always one room to meditate, then object always put like in the table or something, like you focus. When you sit down, you focus that object. The long term ago practitioners always stay same place and use same object. Then they can very easily reach to the goal. If you does that way. But this time, very hard to do that. People always have to moving and change space. So that's why this time you can use like when you sit down, you just pick up any object front of you, mind resting with that object, and then you come back home and you have like specific your meditation spot, and then stay there often and often, create until your mind is peaceful, relaxed, very calm, no follow the thoughts too much, and all these thoughts, emotion, you naturally release, dissolved. And that's the this shamatha meditation goal. We have to practice that. So now we're going to, I think, practice together. Also, we follow this step by step, okay? Uh, so now what we do is, uh, so we have 1 hour and we meditate. First, we meditate mind for a little bit. Just mindful always helps. You close your eye and focus with your uh, for your crown. I do this a lots benefit when you also tired, like really helps your mind resting with your body. So now we use mind for body meditation and then go into shamatha meditation. Okay, so first you sit down correctly, and then this meditation first step, you close eye and we focus our own crown, rest the mind in our own crown. No, focus on your forehead. Focus on your right eye. Focus on your left eye. Focus on your both eye. Focus on your nose. Focus on your right ear. Focus on your left ear. Focus on your mouth, lips. Focus on your throat. Focus on your chest and heart center. Mind resting on your heart center. Be present. Now focus on your whole body. Mind resting whole body. Now open very soft your eyes. Slowly open softly your eye. Find some object. Mind resting. That object focus. Then just what we talked. Mind resting with the object. In this moment, you softly open your eye. guess the object. In this first state, like object is like don't know is better. That helps your mind is not follow the distractions. Good morning. Wake up, everyone. Okay, so that's the Shamata with the focal objects. Your mind resting with the object, and your mind resting with the object. I think you can have some experience like or resting, then become mind is peaceful, no follow the thoughts, and stable. Also, you can feel so all the object is become oneness, not really distracting. Okay, so that's, do you have feelings? Anyone okay? Everyone okay? Then, do you have any questions? Okay, Chi Chi.
Yes. If I cannot do for so long, can I do like 10 minutes?
Can you say again?
I say because I'm a beginner, so I probably cannot do so long. And I'm having a fever now, so I just listen and I fall asleep actually. And then I continue again. But if I want to do it every day, can I do like 10 minutes? Like in the morning and nighttime, 10 minutes.
Yeah, so you can do 10 minutes anytime. Yeah, it's make that, you know, your own time and 10 minutes each. Anytime, like even you are in the school, you can do 10 minutes.
Thank
You
you.
can, yeah. It's also the instruction is the beginner short section many times. You know, if you used to, then no need to create many short sections. Stay longer is your more connection, more, you know, you have experience.
If you say that I focus in one object, but we cannot see as an object. Can you explain that part? Then, yeah.
Just you use it when you meditate, like mind resting with the object. Any object, you know, pick up that resting. And then your mind is really stable, become peaceful. The object also become just, you know, transformed. All objects become one. Okay.
Okay, I understand now.
Thank you. Next one is I from D. Maria. Can you hear Maria? Okay. The KS.
You're on mute, Kira.
Okay. I couldn't unmute, sorry. So my question is that I feel more comfortable having my palms down when I'm sitting cross-legged, but I know traditionally you have them up or one palm up, right? But I have very long arms. And so when I have them up, I feel like my elbows are kind of, you know, cramped. So I'm just wondering, what is the difference or the advantage or disadvantage to one's palms facing upward in one's lap or one's palms facing downward?
So I think if I understand your question, like when you meditate, like your both hand is put in the knees, like just no need to up like this way, right? and
I mean,
use.
sometimes I put them up and I'll start with them up, but then it always feels more comfortable, even sometimes to have my hand over my knee, because that keeps me straighter too.
So, you mean when you meditate shamatha or which way?
Shamata.
Shamatha, you palm up, one is up, one is down, you mean?
No, I feel more comfortable with my palms down rather than
Palms be
facing
down.
up.
When you meditate shamatha, both the palms like down to in the knees. Yes,
Is that okay or no?
that's correct. Yes, thank you.
Oh, thank you. I thought you're supposed to keep them upward to receive from the heavens, no? I read that somewhere, Kempo.
Thanks. Susan, next.
Kempo, when I'm staring at the one object, a mantra, one mantra melody will start playing, and as I start to focus on that, do I shift my focus to the mantra over and over in my mind, or try to stay with the object?
So when you meditate, you mean the mantra is playing in your mind?
Right, the humming along my mind. Now, is that just my mind trying to distract me from the one object?
So the which kind of mantra? Like you mean the
From morning prayers.
Yeah, the
different
mantra. Then if mantra is playing your ears, like you meditate, resting, like your lotu and your body like become transformed to that yadam deity. Then you feel the mantra is coming from you. So that's it. It's a very good way to another use the mantra become song is or the hearing song is a mantra.
So that's shamatha as well.
Not necessarily to samatha, but it's a good meditation, very powerful.
Thank you,
Yes,
Kempo.
thank you. It's correct. When you have that and you just see shamatha helps your mind, it's become very calm, relaxed, and at that moment you look to your body, you don't see I, self, X there. You feel your body is also empty, and then you think about which mantra is played. That yadam that is thinking about your mind, your yadam, your body, or it's become one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, since I started every day with Gardroma Sangha, the melodies play during the day, and it's
Why
very
melodies play your ear, and then you just think about the yadam deity. That's correct.
okay.
Next one is I cannot read the or Chinese letters.
的法友可以打开你的麦克风说一下话了，你举手了嘛，对不对？一盟的父王在吗？要不然大陆 Redmi K40， Hello， 可以说话了，可以讲话了，要问问题的。
Okay, then next.
下一个。
I don't believe they could unmute. I think, let me try again.
可以了。
OK，
刚才没有让我打开那个麦。
OK， 好。
就是上周我有2个问题。上周我们在上这个禅修课的时候，就是说反复的说到，要将自己观想为观世音，观想为本尊，就是这个观想为把自己自身观为这个观世音的时候，具体有些什么指引吗？就是要怎样去观？这是第一个问题。
这是一面四臂的观世音菩萨吗？
对，就是上周的课里面，不是我们在禅修的时候反复的说到，要注意在这个时候要把自己观想为记得，把自己观想为观世音菩萨，然后就是反复的提到这个细节，就是重复了很多次。 那就是说很
OK
重要。但是我就是想问，这个把自己观为观世音菩萨的时候，有什么具体的这个指引？
步骤
就是对对对，
这个步骤 OK。Kevin, last week you asked us to visualize we ourselves as a Chinranjit, forearm Chinranjit. So what is the steps? What are the steps that we need to follow so that we can visualize successfully we ourselves as Avalokiteshvara, forearm Chinranjit?
So the good is to see which vipassana mindful meditation that really help you take you to the visualize the Yidam deity yourself. So when we have I and the self thoughts, we cannot visualize the Yidam deity ourselves. And that's why you meditate Shamata, mind resting, peaceful, and then no thoughts. And then you look to yourself, no self. And then you can visualize yourself is Chinrezek.
仁波切说，如果我们的心充满了凡夫的我执的话，那我们很难一下子就观想我们自身为观世音菩萨，
对，
不管是施臂的或切手的哈。所以呢，我们必须要有这个毗婆舍那的这个圣观禅或者内观禅修啊，才能够这样做。那为了达到这个毗婆舍那内观禅的境界呢，首先我们必须要先具足这个舍摩他止禅的这个基础。所以止禅修得好的时候，你的心非常的安稳、祥和、宁静的时候，那以心观心，就关照这个打坐的这个人是谁，你就发现到这个无我，它是不具有一个具体的我在那边的。那个时候，你就当下就可以观自身为观世音菩萨。所以，这个具体的步骤就是要从止先修起，然后进入这个观，然后在观之后就进入这个空性，然后在当下把自己转变成观世音菩萨。
那具体的观修为观世音菩萨的身相，还有一些什么的要求吗？
How about Kambala visualizing our body parts? Which should we start first? Which part we should start first as we become Avalokiteshvara?
Well,
Is there any particular instruction on that?
either works. So that's why we're doing, either way.
Mm.
So you meditate like mindful body meditation. That also helps like your thoughts go away and the mind connect with your body. Your mind is relaxed, and then you're seeing your body is also delusion. And then you visualize your form is Chinrezek. So without these steps, like mindful and Shamata, you cannot get into Yidam deity's visualization.
所以这 Kambala 的答案还是刚才那个，就是你先做把那身念住的法门给修好。那一个部分，刚才我们之前所做的一个身体的一个部分，慢慢的去观它的时候，然后到最后你的心非常的静止安稳的时候，那在觉照你自己的身体，它其实是空无自性的。那个时候在空性的安住当中，你就能够全然的现起观世音菩萨的身相。那个时候是非常的这个怎么说，事半功倍的哈，不需要担心太多。前提是先把身念住给修好，舍摩他给修好就可以了。
是类似有一点，就是我自己平时就是有那个观修的时候有这种感觉，就是感觉自己的身体好像不见了，就是变成空的了，是那种类似接近那种感觉吗？
Is it that when she said that Kambala, she said she do some practice, she feel that the body is like become empty. Is it become emptiness? Is it correct, Kambala? And then
Disappear.
Emptiness
disappear.
means, your body is there, but you no longer mind fixation. You feel your body is like delusion. And then you can visualize your form is deity.
你的身体还在，并没有消失，也不用感觉到身体消失了。你身体的在，可是你觉照到说你的身体虽然在，可是它是空无自性的。那个时候你才能够很适当的去观想自己的身体为观世音菩萨。
好的。然后这是第一个问题，不好意思。第二个就是说，我在平时在桌上念修佛号咒语的时候，我总是有感觉到这个前额上头的话，觉得发胀，这种现象不知道是怎么回事，想请教一下仁波切。
在什么时候？
就是在桌上念修咒语啊，或者佛号的时候，念到后面稍微稳定的那种状态的时候， 就会感觉到那个前额头发胀，这样的感觉。想问一下仁波切是什么状况？
Oh, Kebola, she said that when she recites some mantra and she feels some feeling at the forehead there, something is like, how to say, what do you call this, is like uncomfortable feelings and swollen. The part of her forehead is swollen, you know. So what does that mean actually?
So here, when you chant mantra, have focus in
Some
the
sensation at the forehead, yeah. Something's moving, vibrating.
So then focus for the heart center is good.
然后把你的人们记得回答是把你的心力安放在你的心轮那边会比较好啊，好吧？
哦，这样子，好的，谢谢，谢谢感
好，
恩
下一个问题，
感恩医师，
好，感恩，好，谢谢。下一个问题，大陆 Remy 可以吗？
我已经问完了，刚才就是
你的啊，是你 OK 好，
是的，
这个好，谢谢。好，那下一个 NX 5637J17749。
请问上师，
好，
就是上师讲的观想的时候，将那个心念放置在头顶，放置在额头，我是观想成一个明点，放置在这些具体部位是对的吗？另外的话，如果是观想成明点的话，那么当观想到就是心念在每一个细胞的时候，这个地方应该具体怎么观想
Kimberla, when you ask us to do the mindfulness on the body one by one, can she visualize droplet, ticklet at each part of the body? Can she visualize the ticklet there?
Thank good is just mind resting with the body, not needed to drop the tigless anything. It's resting mind. This helps like connect with the body and the mind. Not otherwise going to again. It's called cultivating. Cultivating the mind's not going to resting again.
那个身念住的法门 ，Kebola 说不是密宗密法的观修明点，这两个不一样。那主要这个身念住的法门是让我们的心跟身体同在，它不是一个观想，不是一种观修，它是修一个正念的这个法门，是正念的生正念的这个法门啊，要不然你把它变成另外观修的话，那就不是身念住了。所以这边不要用明点来观想，好吗？可以吗？
那也就是对，那我就不好意思，我再问一下，那也就是说，其实这个心念的时候，其实也就是可以说是，无处不在，是这个意思。
身念住，不是身念住，就是把心念放在你的身体那边。思念法门的身念住是第一个，关照我们的身体，把心跟我们的身体同在，不是说它无处不在，是一个部分一个部分观。
哦，好的，好，感恩上师，感恩翻译，好的。
Thank you. The next, then ED, right? ED.
Good morning, Rinpoche. When we are paying attention to our attention, is that one of the 51 mental factors, the attention that we are resting on?
We're not talking about the mental 50 formation or something. That's lots. This one just mind is only one. It's not create the 50s. And just mind resting one mind, and then create the intention is like bodhicitta. You mean that?
Well, what mental factor or part of our mind are we looking at? We're looking at our attention, and I thought that was really one of the mental factors. I was just interested in the thing that we're looking at and sustaining our attention on, the base awareness. Where does that come from? That base awareness?
Come from mind. Principle mind.
And it's not, it wouldn't be called one of the mental factors that arises. I don't know too much about that, but
that part is hard to explain and not the subject of the meditation. This one, that is only talk about in the mental formations in the Abhidhamma teaching, like how mind creates so many different ways. So one tree has so many branches, so many leaves, right? So just it's one tree. It doesn't matter how many leaves they have, how many branches they have, but it's still one tree. And so then we're talking about just mind, one mind. Thank you. Chi, again, you have again question or?
I forget to ask you. When I sit down,
These two questions, and then it's that's it. Okay, I have a busy going on again. Time is.
But
Yeah.
just a quick one. When I do meditation, I start to get itchy, and then I start to get back pain. Should I go scratch my face if I'm itchy, or I just stop and then come back again to do meditation?
When you meditate, you get a chi in your where?
No, I start to get itchy in my head, and then I get back pain. I think this is very common. Do you scratch, or you just focus?
Oh, you mean your mind resting with your body, so chi is moving, or you feel the chi is there?
No, Kempo, when I sit down, I start sitting down, start breathing, and start focusing, and then my hands start getting itchy, my body start getting itchy, or I start to get back pain. It always happened to me. Do you respond to the itchiness and back pain, or you just focus?
So focus, yes, focus first, object, and then don't pay attention that chi, and maybe just chi is naturally released.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
No more questions.
Okay, Yahan, the last one.
云汉吗？是云汉吗？
好，义师您好。
你好。
好，请教一下仁波切，就是我在修习这个圣摩他的时候，就会感觉处在一种觉知的状态中，好像是一种纯然的觉知状态中。就这个时候，我会感觉好像注意眼前这个物体，或者我不去注意，或周围的一切东西，它好像都没有那么重要，就好像一种觉知在持续。在这种状态中，比如我想要去思维空性，这个时候我会感觉所谓空性就只是一种概念，或者是一种新的经验或者对境，它似乎没有那么重要，就它只是处在一种持续的一种觉知状态中，对，相对纯粹，我只能这么描述。请问这样是不是有所偏颇？请教一下上师。对的，好，感恩义师。
谢谢，好，谢谢。Kamala, he said that when I'm doing Shamata meditation just now, I feel a sense of complete awareness is there. So whether it's empty or not, it doesn't really important anymore. And then he feel that emptiness is only a label. So as long as I can maintain my awareness, become lucid and clear, that's the way I can realize emptiness as it is. Is this correct or not, Kamala?
Like see, empty is like just a label actually. Not really. Empty means like something in the you have something coming up there. Empty means like your mind is like no fixation, no longer attached. It's become mind the same as the space. So that means everything's emptiness. Core.
人们就说是你的修法是对的，因为空性不是这个标签的，能够指出它是什么，这个是空性。所以真正的空性是心无所执，心无挂碍，然后心如虚空。所以就这样的描述而言的话呢，你的这个修法，你的境界是正确的、无误的。人们就说。
好的，感恩上师啊，感恩义师。
Thank you very much. So
谢谢大家，感恩各位。
I'm just going to do the short dedication and then here. Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa, Malarepa, Dharma, Lord Gambopa, Pamutropa, Lord Digompa, please bestow upon us most auspicious bless of all Kaju Lamas. But this virtue may achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies, confusion. May all who traverse on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of sun. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where is unborn may it rise, where is born may it not decline, but even increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activity is separate far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Minjashri, the Vero realized ultimate state, and as did the Samanta, but I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of a Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By this virtue collected in 3 times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of Great Digompa Ranashri, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you, everyone. Tashi Dele. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you, Kempo. Everybody can talk now.
Thank you, Kempo. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, Kempola. Gracias.
Gracias, Kempo. Gracias, Sangha.
everyone.
Todos.
Gracias.
商转法体安康，阿弥陀
谢谢医
佛。
师，谢谢。
安得意。
Thank you.
Gracias,
Thank
Kempo.
you, Kempola.
See you.